People are being shut down in places. MAGA in particular are being shut down. They're not welcome. Here it is.
Hey, I have a question.
No, we're not answering questions. Get out of the car.
Why?
Because you're a Trump supporter.
I know, but don't you guys want our money?
No, actually we don't. Get out of my bar right now.
You're not welcome.
I'm not around. Get out of my bar.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Out.
Because I'm wearing a Trump
Yes.
vest. That's wild.
I don't care. Get out.
We can call the police, or you can just leave.
You know this is like discrimination, right?
Oh, boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! Get out of my bar.
Well, yeah, but I was weird.
I don't respect your vote. I don't respect the shirt. Get the out.
Does that have to do with anything what someone wears? I'm wearing a Carhartt shirt on blue collar.
Yeah.
I spend hundreds of dollars a year a month. You're kicking me out because I'm a Trumper.
This is Gina in Mississippi, Republican. Go ahead.
Hi, John. Thanks for taking my call. And I am very upset by the last caller. He sounds like a very nice old man. But what I want to know is why do you let these people call in and talk about all this racist BS when we know damn good and well that the blacks are practically running the country now?
All right, that's Gina in Mississippi. Last caller in open forum.
Even C-SPAN. Now, damn it, I've seen some situations on C-SPAN. Never have I seen C-SPAN cut them to the quick like that. Put it a full mass. The first video where the MAGA supporter was just totally shocked. Oh my goodness, you're kicking me out? That's discrimination. The way that bar laughed at her. She's literally representing the Klan. There's no member of the Klan who's not MAGA. All right, that's pretty much guaranteed. Okay, the membership is congruent. Okay, and she comes in totally shocked. Oh my gosh, you would revoke my privilege? First of all, you know it's a bunch of liberals there. That's why you're there. Why do you want to be there with a bunch of liberals coming in recording? And guess what? They're right on the law. You see, madam, for it to be illegal, it would have to be discrimination against something that is an immutable character about yourself, right? Such as, your race, your sexual orientation, perhaps even the fact that you're a Karen. But that's not why they discriminated against you. They discriminated against you because you had on a MAGA shirt. Perfectly legal. So dress code enforcement. They shut her down fast. All right, so these folks have had enough, obviously, of Trumpers. Sadly, the man in the second clip was fired, and the owner of Love Bet Olive apologized to the Trumpster afterwards. But I'm with you, brother. All right, you held your own. In regards to the first video on Friday night, a gay bar in Indianapolis was the scene of a heated exchange between Donald Trump supporters wearing MAGA hats and bar staff who say they abused them. The bar staff threw them out. Bar management posted on Instagram over the weekend, quote, a group of individuals visited Chatterbox and intentionally misgendered and harassed a Chatterbox employee, resulting in them being asked to leave by our staff. They then continued verbally assaulting patrons and staff, threatened our establishment, and returned to record a video in which has now been posted on multiple social media platforms. On Friday, March 14th, a group of individuals came, etc. So you have it there. And the video was recorded and posted to Facebook by Indianapolis resident Elise Hensley, who told News 8 that she'd visited the popular jazz bar several times, but this time she and her friends wore MAGA hats. In Hensley's telling, quote, we went up to the bar and before we could even get a word or a drink order, he just looked at me and said, no. Hensley said, I said, excuse me? He said, absolutely not. He said, your hat. You need to leave right now. After getting ejected, Hensley returned, phone in hand, to confront the bar employees. Now, Ms. Hensley, I have to say this, okay? a lot of individuals have carried out acts of violence while wearing political propaganda called MAGA. MAGA hats, MAGA shirts. They had a MAGA bumper sticker on the pickup. We have the footage, okay? Think about it this way. If Black kids harassed establishments in your community with a purple scarf, and they were part of the purple scarf gang, and you see a group of Black kids with a purple scarf, I guarantee you, you would have a different point of view, okay? So if you were not there to create havoc, I apologize on behalf of anyone that thought you were. But I think you were there to do something else, madam. That's just my point of view. I wore that hat. This is a quote. I wore that hat because I do love our President of the United States, Hensley said Sunday. Oblivious, intentionally or not, to Trump's views about the people she was confronting. He is our president. I do appreciate that. And I don't think I find anything wrong with me wanting to wear a Trump hat because he is our president. Hensley also attempted to defend herself by saying one of her friends with her at the bar that night was Black. Quote, they probably have every right to kick me out, she told News 8. If you don't want me at your bar, that is what it is. But also, the man that was with me was an African-American male. He was wearing a Trump hat. I see what you're trying to do here, Karen. I see what you're trying. It won't work, Karen. It won't work, all right? You got kicked out. You want to connect it to your Black friend. So there could be a discrimination issue here. All right. No, Karen, it was you. Okay. The focus was on you. Bar management was unrepentant about what they did, throwing out MAGA. Quote, the chatterbox is home to a diverse group of staff and patrons. Their post read, we do not tolerate dehumanizing or disrespectful language or symbolism in our establishment. We have a right by law, that's right, to refuse service to anyone who disrupts our business. We look forward to continuing being a home for people who love music and appreciate our community. As for Miss Gina, the Republican C-SPAN caller that said Blacks are running the country, Zach Lindley of News One sums it up best. Imagine believing that Gina believes, even now as President Donald Trump signs order after order, eliminating all things diversity, equity, and inclusion, dismantles every pro-Black or person of color program in the federal government, and threatens state institutions with loss of federal funding if they don't do the same, all based on the white conservative belief that white people are systemically discriminated against in America, a belief that is not backed by a shred of statistical or fact-based evidence whatsoever. Meanwhile, not a single social liberty that Black people enjoy in America has come without an uphill battle that involves years and even decades of activism work. Despite all of the statistical data that indicates systemic racism is real, if Black people have ever run the country, we have done a terrible job in doing it in a way that benefits us and not the white majority. Right. Wise thoughts here.
I just want to tell a quick story to the listeners about something similar that happened to me that's close to what happened to the lady with the MAGA hat. This would have been like 2017. Me and my buddies went to Barcelona. And about a month before, I went to a garage sale and bought a Portugal soccer jersey for a guy named Luis Figo. I had no idea of soccer history, whatever. Bought the Luis Figo jersey. I'm in Spain. I'm like, oh, I'm going to rock my Portugal jersey to this nightclub. We get to the front of the line and the security guard says, whoa, wait a second. Where are you going with that on? I'm like, bruh, and at the time, Ronaldo played for Real Madrid, who was Barcelona's biggest rival. And I'm like, this is not a Ronaldo Portugal jersey, it's Figo. He says, brother, that's even worse. I can't let you up there with that jersey. And I said, why? He said, because I can't guarantee your safety.
Wow.
That's what he said. And so I bought they had like merch literally at the bottom, bought a t-shirt of the club, whatever, wore it up there, whatever. Years later, I watched a documentary about Luis Figo, and what this guy did was he dumped Barcelona and went to their rival. He went to Real Madrid. His first game back, they were throwing bottles and stuff at this dude. Like, they hated this guy. And the dude was right. He was like, I can't guarantee your safety up there. You're going to disrupt the harmony of our establishment with what essentially is hate speech, okay, in a Barcelona, nightclub establishment. And that's what this lady did, except she did it on purpose. Yeah. She wanted to antagonize people. She wanted to draw attention to herself by showing up to that specific bar with the stuff that she had on, and I have no sympathy for these people. And another reason why is because I used to try to go out in New York City in the damn early 2000s, Dr. Richie. And if you didn't have slacks and damn hard bottoms on, you wasn't getting in the club.
That's right.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, and obviously things like this are going to happen more. The more they decide, I'm talking about MAGA, the more they decide to either A, self-identify with violence or bigotry and racism, or B, decide not to go against it, not to condemn it in the most extreme way possible. As long as they continue to do that, then their connection to those things is proper. Because if you don't identify with it, then don't identify with it. But if you do, we're glad that you will wear it on your chest or your head, all right?